everyone, I hope you're well. I have come out on location today. This is my mum's garden. She only lives down the road, and I thought it would be nice to kind of just have a bit of a change of scenery, really, given that we can't get out of our own houses. I've not seen her. We're social distancing. I will wave at her some point at the window. There she is. But she's got lots to do in the garden. She's still working from home, so I thought I'd come and do a couple of tasks for her. First thing I want to show you today is cutting back herbaceous perennials and also dividing plants. We're going to get plants for free today. Now this is a sedum. It's actually recently been renamed to Hylotelephium. I think this variety is Autumn Joy, and it does get these amazing seed heads on, and this stands all winter. So it looks like this all winter when it's got frost on it, and it looks really pretty, and it's a great place for little insects to hide in it and things. So she's done right in leaving it like this for the winter, but now we're in March, it needs cutting back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the stems all the way back to the base where you can see the new foliage coming from. So right down there and take them out. And that's it, we're about there, and you can see all this amazing new glaucous blue foliage coming through. It's a really attractive plant. It's got quite fleshy leaves, and the bees absolutely love it. It's one of the latest things to flower in the season, so it flowers kind of August, September, October, and it gets these big plates of burgundy flowers on them. They're absolutely lovely, and like I say, it's great nectar for later in the year for bees and butterflies. Now, when dividing a plant, you can do one of two things. You can either dig the whole thing up and split it into several plants, or you can nibble off the edges. And I think with this, I'm going to nibble off the edges, because often herbaceous plants, when they're kind of 3 or 4 years old, they can become a little bit bald in the middle of them. They die back in the middle, and all the new growth happens around the edges of the root ball. Now, if that was happening here, I would dig up the whole thing, I'd remove the kind of bald bit in the middle which was dying, and I'd replant those edge sections. I'd keep some of them and pop them up, but the rest I'd replant, and that would kind of rejuvenate the whole of the plant. But that's not happened here. It's still got lots of growth in the middle. It's not got that bald section, so I'm just going to nibble bits off the sides. And to do that, you just stick your fork in and ease away. And that has given me a lovely section there. Now, as long as you have a root and a shoot, you've got a plant. So this plant alone, I could probably, if I wanted to, split it into 10 good sized healthy plants to take away. I'll trim off all these dead stems here. As you can see, there is still a lot of dead growth on there from last year, but you can also see lots of new growth coming up from the root ball. And I'm going to take this home for my own garden. I can just plant it like this, it will be perfectly fine, or you could pop it in a container if you don't know quite where to put it yet. It'll be perfectly happy like that. I can't get to the garden centre, so it's a nice thing to be able to do divide plants like this. If you're dividing plants in your garden, maybe you could share them amongst your neighbours, or if you've got anything that you've seen in your neighbours' gardens that you quite like the look of, maybe you could put a little note through the door and they might share with you. Sharing is caring, as my daughter used to say when she was little. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and you've learned something. It's been really nice to get your questions, and it's brilliant that people are watching from all over the world. I had someone in Guatemala watching yesterday, which is incredible. Bye for now, see you tomorrow, bye.